Today's story is about a rare character, the Sheikha of Al-Jawf, Sheikha Sabra, from the people of Al-Jawf Governorate. For clarity, Al-Jawf in Yemen is different from Al-Jawf in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Here the story refers to Mal Al-Jawf in Saudi Arabia. The events took place in the year of Al-Fatsama and Al-Tasasin, while Ali Abdullah Sale was ruling. There were deep tensions between the government and the people of Al-Jawf. Al-Jawf is a tribal governorate governed by tribes with their own customs, traditions, and customary laws. The tribes felt neglected by the government. There were no development projects, no attention, and they suffered shortages. This neglect created strong resentment among the people. To respond, Ali Abdullah Sale decided to send a delegation of ministers, senior officers, intelligence, and guard personnel to the region. The delegation traveled to Al-Jawf's villages, places that had little to no communication with the central government, in an attempt to assert control. The tribes were angry at the government's neglect and reacted strongly when the delegation arrived. When the officials approached the governorate, locals set up roadblocks. Hedges and trees were placed across routes to create informal checkpoints. They told the delegation that the checkpoint was the official entry point and that the governor should not enter in his vehicles. The tribes said they were welcoming the visit, but also demanded attention. They were upset that previous promises had been ignored. Talks between the tribes and the officials failed to calm the situation. The security forces accompanying the delegation arrested some people at the checkpoint. Some escaped, and others were captured. The barriers were removed, and the delegation entered Al-Jawf, but tensions quickly escalated inside the governorate. As officials pressed on, clashes erupted. Tribesmen, many armed, confronted the security forces. At first, the security forces thought they could control the situation, but the tribes fought fiercely from all directions. The tribes were united and determined. They overwhelmed many of the government personnel. Several security men and some officials were killed, and many others were wounded. Others fled. Some who tried to escape were pursued and killed. The fighting was chaotic and brutal. Both sides suffered casualties. Witnesses in a nearby large, well-known diwan, a tribal gathering house, watched the battle unfold. Among them was Sumia, the daughter of one of the sheikhs of Al-Jawf. She was a courageous woman of plain origin, raised with strong values of honor and bravery. From her vantage point, she saw injured officers falling and immediately took action. She refused to stand idly by while people bled and died. She declared that anyone who harmed the wounded would face her highest wrath. Sheikha Sabra's intervention became decisive. She stood openly and commanded that the injured must not be touched. Her voice carried weight among the tribes. Everyone knew Sabra and what she represented. The tribal leaders, who feared offending a woman they respected, and the social taboo of confronting women in that culture, heeded her. She assured the fighters that the wounded would be cared for and protected. Women being involved in such a direct manner made confronting them dishonorable for the tribes, which helped diffuse immediate violence. Sabra organized help for the injured officers. She personally supervised gathering them, carrying them to safety, and arranging urgent medical treatment. The operations they needed were expensive, and her family was simple and not wealthy. So she mobilized what resources she could, gathering gold and funds from her circle to pay for surgeries and hospital expenses. She stayed by their side until they recovered, fearful they might be harmed if left exposed. She insisted they be treated and protected, rather than abandoned. News of Sabra's generosity and bravery spread quickly throughout Al-Jawf and beyond. People praised her for saving the lives of officers who were technically enemies or at least representatives of the state. Even those who once opposed the officials came to recognize her humanity. The name Sabra became a symbol. Girls and women were nicknamed after her. People called her Sheikha Sabra, Sheikha of Al-Jawf. Word of her deeds reached President Ali Abdullah Sale. He sent 2 representatives to the village to meet her, to honor her. They arrived bearing gifts, a large sum of money, several belts of gold, a high-powered machine gun, and other valuable presents, tokens of respect and recognition for her heroic and humane stance. The state sought to honor her for protecting the wounded and for calming a dangerous situation. Today, Sheikha Sabra is married and has children. She is alive and well, residing in one of the Gulf countries. This is the end of the story. And that was the remarkable story of Sheikha Sabra, the brave woman of Al-Jawf whose courage and compassion changed the course of events in a time of chaos. Stories like these remind us of the power of honor, humanity, and standing up for what is right. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more rare and powerful tales from history and culture, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Also, share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think of Sheikha Sabra's actions? Would you like to hear more stories about unsung heroes like her? Your support helps this channel grow, and together we can keep these stories alive. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.